There is no such thing as a veneer tech. Do you hear me? You need to go see a dentist. These are my temps. I was gone 6.5 hours today. Okay? Consultation is important. Then they have to check your mouth out to make sure you even are qualified to get veneers. Okay? Then they have to do the work on your teeth, like fill your cavities or shave down. They have to do all of that. And then you come back for your veneers. You all are out here playing in people's mouths.
And while his post-work smile looks pristine, it's what can't be seen that he says is causing many problems.
I have open pockets. So food is getting in. My teeth don't meet where they're supposed to meet. One of them actually popped off.
The business Instagram page has more than 54,000 followers. It appears to be filled with happy clients and all the work that they had done. That's what caught Sharon's eye from states away.
It's not like it's a genuine reaction. They're telling you, do this, smile like this, say this.
The ad showed 20 veneers for the price of $8,700, court records show. He flew on his own dime from Rhode Island to Houston for a 3D scan February 22nd. He returned 3 weeks later for the install, when an employee at Forever Veneers used power tools to grind down the surface of his teeth and place the veneers over adhesive. When he started having problems, they wanted him to come back to Houston.
They weren't willing to compromise with that at all.
He called the Texas State Board of Dental Examiners, learning the man who did his procedure didn't have a license to practice dentistry. Jaden Mayork is now charged with a felony.
So we all just in our 20s and 30s walking around with fucking dentures now. Because I just got my veneers removed and someone said, oh, you should have got porcelain. No, I know what the fuck I was doing. I got temporary resin veneers, composite veneers. Why? Because I wanted to be able to take my veneers off eventually. I seen the long-term thing. Y'all ain't seen the long-term. Y'all are walking around here with freaking dentures in your 20s and your 30s because it's cool right now. And they're shaving all your teeth down. Under your porcelain veneers, you have little shark teeth. You have little chicken littles under your freaking porcelain veneers. But guess what though? Now you got to keep those porcelains for the rest of your life. So what happens when you're in your 50s and your 60s and you don't have access to the money that you had access to in your 20s and your 30s?
I broke my veneer yesterday and my dentist changed their name. They changed their number. They changed their WhatsApp number. So I'm currently on my way to drive 40 minutes to my dentist office to see if they're even in the same location. Because if they're not, what am I going to do with a broken veneer?
Have you guys heard of Brendan Dillard, veneer specialist? Yeah. He just got arrested for malpractice for faking like he was a dentist. But here's the thing. He'd been doing this shit for years. I was watching the footage. I said, man, how did he get away with that? He didn't go to dental school. How do you get away with that? So I'm looking at his work and I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, he did a pretty damn good job, yo. For years. He looked professional and, which was really smart, he had a little Arab partner or white partner. I don't know if the guy's white, European or whatever. And it looked legitimate because he had a business partner. I was like, yo, this dude got it down. Then he was charging $6,000 to teach people how to do veneers. $6,000. That should have been a clue. $6,000 for fucking what? A class. Wait a minute. That's almost damn near, I might as well go to a university. This shit was crazy. He got away with this shit for years. And I'm not gonna lie, beautiful work. I think, what's her name? Tia Kemp. I think she's one of the celebrities that got the veneers. And you know, have you seen his jail photo? Like when you hear him talk, he's like, I'm Brendan Dillard, and this is I'll teach you how to make veneers. Very, very feminine like. But then in his photo, he looked like, yeah, damn, they caught me. It's fucked up. I shouldn't have done it. But all that talent you have, all that skill you have, why didn't you just go to school, man?
These techs gon' get no dumber. No matter how far we go, they just gon' keep on scamming. That's why they locked up though. No certification, no registration. The course is scamming. Where is Uncle Sam up? They got locked up. They won't let them out. They won't let them out. They got locked up. They won't let them out. No, they won't let them out. Ah! Oh shit, that was out the door. Let me stop. Hey, yo, cut me my check. Hey, cut me my check. Cut me my check. Cut me my check. Hey! Let me stop. That was horrible. That was whack. Honestly, decent for the fact that I just thought of that in 2 seconds. But y'all, okay, shout out to today's sponsor, RAYCON, but more on that later. As you guys can tell by the title, we are going to be talking about the fact that these veneer techs are finally getting locked up and caught up. I am genuinely flabbergasted. Okay, like I didn't think this was gonna happen so quickly. And I will say it's about time. The government is calling this Operation Toothache. I've been watching this for a few weeks now. It all started when I saw a TikToker talk about how she got scammed into becoming a veneer tech. Chow, give me a moment to get into that. And as I kept watching, I started seeing more veneer techs get caught up. And I was like, thank God, because this is absolutely ridiculous. And I was sick and tired of seeing those 1 to 2 comments come through on my dashboard talking about I'm tearing black people down and you know I shouldn't be talking down on black people who are doing these services. Have y'all ever sat down to think about why is it specifically black people that are doing these illegal services when it comes to the whole veneer situation? Obviously, we do see a lot of white people doing other illegal services, but when it comes to the veneer and the basement situation, who's doing it? Black people. Who's my audience? Black people. So who am I gonna warn? Black people. If you have a problem with me or anyone else warning the black community about scams and people doing fuck shit, maybe you should tell the black people in your life not to do fuck shit. More than likely, you are part of the problem if you want to enable such behaviors. I completely understand that the whole consensus here is that dental services are expensive. They are. The healthcare system in America is shit. However, that doesn't mean that you go and mutilate your body for the sake of vanity. Okay, that doesn't mean that you go and seek illegal services because you want to look a certain way or be a certain way. Just like every other video that I talk about on this channel, whether we're talking about black people, white people, pink people, green people, I don't give a fuck who you are and where you're from. If it is illegal, I'm going to say it is illegal. Okay, the fact that you are black does not bother me and does not sway my opinion. I am sick and tired of people making us look fucking stupid. And I'm very sick and tired of people like you who sit there and comment trying to make it seem like, oh, well, you know, black people are just trying to make a come up. Why y'all always trying to tear a black? Why can't y'all go to fucking school and do things correctly? Yes, I understand we are not afforded the same opportunities and things are harder. It doesn't make it impossible. Do what you have to do. It was hard for me to get my BA. It was hard for me to get my MA. It was hard for me to start 2 of my businesses. It was hard for me to start 3 of my channels. It was hard for me to do a lot of the things that I did. Was it impossible? No. You just gotta fucking do it and not complain specifically because no one's going to do it for you. You either do the shit or you don't. The problem with a lot of people, especially black people, to be quite honest with you, is the fact that they see an obstacle and they say, oh, I ain't gonna do that shit. That shit too hard. Hard doesn't mean impossible. And I'm sick and tired of people making it seem like we are incapable. Most importantly, that we are handicapped. What y'all not gonna do is come on my channel and make it seem like we are handicapped. That shit is so freaking annoying. And when it comes to illegal services like veneer techs and basement brace technicians and shit like that, it just grinds my gears because these people are taking legitimate advantage of people that they know cannot afford these services. And then they go on to create these courses for thousands of dollars so people can follow in their footsteps and then create more people out there that are doing these illegal services. And that's not okay. Just in case you guys need a refresher, let's go back down memory lane about what a veneer tech is and the caca they've been doing.
But that sparkling smile isn't a gift from God or even braces. Those are veneers. Everyone wants a perfect smile.
All right, guys.
Cannot close her mouth. She is in pain 24/7. She's been to around like 12 different dentists and they've all told her the same thing. Girl, we cannot help you. There is nothing she can do with the chronic pain in her fucking mouth. It got so bad that when she went to one of the doctor was like, there's literally nothing we can do. go to a therapist. That is the only thing you can do. Go to a therapist. Because her health is deteriorating so bad that it is affecting her mental health. Don't get veneers. Don't get veneers. People in Miami, stop getting veneers, because everybody in this damn city has fucking veneers. Don't get veneers. Just get motherfucking braces and a teeth whitening, okay?
I am so glad that an attorney has stepped into the picture, because me as a dentist, a lot of people think I'm just hating. Maybe, I don't know why I would hate, because I'm the one that has an actual degree. But I think a lot of people don't take what we say seriously, and they're like, well, how is it illegal? Well, he not prepping the teeth. He just putting composite on, da-da-da-da. It's bigger than that. Dentistry is not just about teeth. I want y'all to know that. It's the study of teeth, but it's about managing patients primarily. The teeth is one part of the puzzle. You have to manage patients who are hypertensive. I had a patient who wanted to come get treatment, blood pressure 200 over 150. Does your veneer technician know how to manage a medical emergency, right? Do they know how to see decay that may not be like as alarming, and do they care that it's there? Are they just gonna throw the composite over it so that you walk out with a white piano key looking smile? These are things you need to consider, on top of the fact that primarily it's illegal if you go watch this video. But you know, most of the people that go to veneer techs, I don't think they care about the legality behind it, to be completely honest. That's a conversation for another day. But I will continue to profess this fact that a veneer tech, teeth by t-shirt, all them things are illegal, not real, and honestly very detrimental to your health, until I hang my loops up, you know, because I want justice to be served.
Got my veneers done. They took out 4 of my teeth, one here, and then they shaved down like the rest. I don't know why. I didn't really question it. They just said they had to do it, so they did it. I knew something wasn't right because on the way to the airport, my tooth actually chipped in the back. It was very tiny, but in my head, I'm like, nah. I might be bugging. So I left it alone because I was on my way to the airport. I was not missing my flight. I should have missed my flight and went back. But anyways, I got home like maybe 4 days later. That incident happened and that whole side just came off. I didn't eat anything hard for it to come off. It literally just came off when I was talking. I obviously had to book my flight back to Mexico, but that wasn't until a few days after that incident. So I had to walk around for like a week with no teeth. Mind y'all, I had a little gathering to go to and I still went, but my bottom teeth had to hold my top teeth in place. So I was like talking like this so it won't fall out my mouth. And of course, everybody was asking to see my veneer. So I would like smile like this and not really show them because I was so embarrassed. But anyways, I got back to Mexico and I had to pay another amount. I think it was like $7,000. I don't really remember the exact amount. It was around that price. And yeah, they fixed it. These are them. So much better. They did chip in the front. Right there, so I have to go back for them to fix that too. And yeah, I didn't get my money back. I paid again. But more of the story is, don't get veneers if you don't need it. I personally think I needed it. Like, I wasn't satisfied with my smile for real. I had braces and everything, but yeah,
I gotta get on here and tell about veneers. Do not get them if you cannot keep up with them. Veneers are very costly, and it costs a lot of money to keep up with them. Oh my God. One ship, and now I gotta go get it hit.
Everybody want to know story time. What happened? What happened was I drove literally 15 hours for some veneers that only lasted 2 days. I mean, literally, like, half of this was still on, half of that was still off. This one was gone, this side was still on. Now, I had some dental work before, and she did come. She did make the announcement that because you do have a partial that it would not stick, okay? Now, those wasn't the ones that came loose first. So the whole month and a half, I was out here walking around looking like a goddamn horse off the Humane Society.
Why would anyone go to a veneer tech? I'm trying to understand the thought process behind that. Because even me, you know, I'm in my 30s now, and girls, if you're in your 20s, Please take care of your teeth. Please make sure that you do all the right things with a doctor. From my 20s to my 30s, my teeth, they actually shifted. I never got braces, and my mother always said, Jody, you need to go get your braces. And I said, like, no, they're ugly. I don't want to do it. Now I'm in my very late 30s, and my teeth shifted completely. Kind of insecure about it, but I'm working on it. I went to my dentist, and I said, hey, I want some braces. They said, you're going to have to get your wisdom tooth removed first. You need to go to an oral surgeon to get that done. And I'm like, all right, bet. I go to the oral surgeon. He pulls it out. And now he's like, okay, now it's time for you to go back to the dentist so that they can do the Invisalign. But that dentist, they only do Invisalign. I now need to go to a different dentist if I would like the metal braces. Nobody is dibbling and dabbling. Everybody got their license for what they're supposed to do, and nobody is trying to overstep their boundaries. And I feel protected, I feel safe. But I do know that in my 20s, when I wanted to get these things done, it was also kind of expensive. I wasn't making that kind of money. And also braces, those things are not covered. So you have to pay out of pocket. Was I ready to do all of that? No. And then wisdom teeth is not fully covered. Maybe the majority of it is covered, but I would still have to pay out of pocket. And back then I was like, I don't want to spend no money on my health. In your 20s, you're thinking you're so healthy, you're fine, you don't want to spend money on that. But as you get older, you realize, no, baby, spend the money on your health. Because if not, as you get older, you pay for it. I just don't understand why people are going to veneer techs.
I've been seeing a lot of people lately getting their teeth done by people claiming to be veneer techs. Let me explain something to you. Let me show you to the board. A veneer tech is totally not a thing. Veneer tech equal no to the second power. And no to the second power equals hell no. So whenever you see someone on Instagram portraying themselves as the veneer fairy, what I need you to do is hit the block button immediately. And you may be asking, well, what if I decide to get my teeth done by the veneer fairy anyway? Good question. You're absolutely free to do as you please. However, what I need you to do is take an additional step. And that is to make sure that your beneficiary information on your life insurance policy is up to fucking date.
Now that the veneer techs have fucked up so many people's mouths, destroyed so many people's lives, and went viral so many different times, the feds have caught up with Operation Toothache. I got a toothache watching this bullshit, man. I will say, good riddance to these motherfuckers. If anyone is still doing this shit after they know people are getting locked up, I hope they go to holy hell and I hope they get thrown in prison, because this is absolutely ridiculous at this point, because you can't tell me you don't know, because this is like legitimate national news at this point. Granted, I will say a lot of these people do great service, like in terms of it looks good, right? You'll see a lot of these people with these veneers and it's like, wow, like, you know, they did a really good job. But what you don't understand is your teeth are vital. Okay, I've talked about this in my original video where I talked about the whole veneer text. Feel free to go watch it down below. It's going to be linked in my description or my pinned comment. If for whatever reason I forget, just type in the Mademoiselle veneer text, you will find the video. At the end of the day, you can cover up your teeth and make them look nice, but if you do not fix the underlying causes before you go in for cosmetic dentistry, you're going to be fucked.
I went to UCLA for dental school, which is a 4-year accredited program, and during that time, you're pretty much either learning about dentistry or practicing dentistry 24/7 for 4 entire years. I know that might seem crazy, but you literally have that much to learn. There is no way on earth that you can learn everything that you need to know about veneers in 2 days. I feel so bad for the people who are being misinformed and lied to and being treated by these veneer techs. Now, some of the people online are saying, you know, oh, it's too expensive to go to a dentist, this and that, blah, 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 and the veneer techs are offering better deals. But let me tell you something. All of this black and brown tooth structure, these are cavities. If you put any sort of a material over a cavity, what you're doing is you're trapping in an infection. The only place for the infection to go then would be down the root of the tooth and into the bone area. That quite literally is going to cause irreversible damage to the tooth structure, and getting that fixed by an actual licensed dentist is going to cost so much more than these veneer techs will charge for their veneers. Though it's fun to have a nice looking smile, it definitely can contribute to your overall confidence as a person. The most important thing is to have a healthy smile. Getting veneers done by a veneer tech where they're trapping in cavities and infection and not considering your overall periodontal health is quite literally the opposite of having a healthy smile. Now, going to a licensed dentist and getting your veneers done, it can be quite pricey, but it's pricey for a reason. The other thing to remember is that getting your veneers done is not a necessity. It's quite literally a luxury procedure. You do not need veneers to have a healthy mouth. And in fact, in a lot of cases, you need to have meticulous oral hygiene in order to keep your veneers healthy. I actually don't know how this is happening and how it's allowed to continue, but I hope that all of this comes to an end very soon.
I went to an unlicensed veneer tech and paid $6,500 for top and bottom veneers. They were very bulky, caused my gums to get inflamed, and now I had to pay $4,500 for my actual dentist to remove them. Veneers or composite bondings are very difficult to place because of their proximity to the gingival margin. The whole facial surface of the tooth needs to be covered, and the gingival margin needs to be absolutely perfectly smooth so that there's not any small ledges or crevices that can create plaque traps for bacteria to hang on to. Bacteria are literally microscopic, and they can cling onto any small ledge that is left between the composite bonding and the natural tooth surface. So all of this damage from the unlicensed dentist caused them to have to pay $4,500 to have the veneers removed, and also have comprehensive orthodontics, which can require about $5,000 to $7,000 to fix the occlusion of the teeth. This was because the occlusion was out of whack and the teeth began to move when the veneers were placed. And on top of all of this, there's probably long-term damage from the gingival inflammation, including bone loss and recession.
I'm not trying to be dramatic, and I'm not trying to put down veneer techs, but like, people are just not thinking 2 steps ahead, because once these are on, who's going to take them off? Like, this guy has decay all over his teeth, and he got composite veneers placed right on top by a veneer tech. And I'm not hating on it because it's a pretty dramatic change, but yo, those are just plastered on top of decay. We don't do that. That can cause so many problems and infections. You will be hard pressed to find a real licensed dentist who can pick up a handpiece to remove these, because it's just Pandora's box. So all these people who are getting composite veneers that will stain, I guarantee you, within 5 years, who's going to take them off for you? Because those same veneer techs are going to be nowhere to be found because they don't have a license to operate. They have no license. A veneer tech is not an actual certification. It's a made up certification. Because it's made up, they can't do the things that dentists do, like pick up handpieces and drill off old arts and crafts and take x-rays and make sure there are no cavities. They have no liability. To anyone who's had these composite veneers done, I honestly just feel bad, because these are not easy to take off. Like, you do not want some random person zooming in with their Dremel and just removing and hacking away without water, which can overheat the teeth if you're going at high speeds. They don't have the precision and experience with drilling to stop at enamel. This is just my warning to you guys. It's just a bad idea. It's not a good idea. This veneer tech thing might be the deal of a lifetime until 5 years later, and you got to get it removed by a real dentist.
You can have an abscess, a cavity, need a root canal, whatever the case may be, that can literally fuck your life up. I've known people to ignore tooth pain, ignore cavities for years that have turned into infections that were life-threatening, simply because they didn't want to go to the dentist. Simply because, oh, well, you know, it's not that serious, I'll go later. You need to understand that your teeth are vital, all right? Just sitting there saying, oh, I want whiter teeth, I want straighter teeth, or whatever the case may be, is not going to save you from literally effing up your teeth on the inside. I will say the feds did a big one calling this Operation Toothache, because like, yo, I know they was watching all of this. Like, while we were sitting here like, yo, where's the government? What is going on? Oh, they was watching, baby, because they literally are getting the big fish one by one. Absolutely nuts to me, because I did not expect it, like out of nowhere. The first person I saw get caught up with this was this TikToker by the name of, let me look her up because she not my child, baby. I ain't gonna know her name like that. So let me see. Como te fiarle? Melanie. So Melanie said that she got scammed into becoming a veneer tech. So we're gonna watch that. I don't know who the hell Melanie thinks she fooling, but I genuinely don't have time for that shit. Like, I really hate people that think we stupid. Like, I really do. I really do, because fel fait foot sens. But before we even watch Melanie and her malarkey, okay, we're going to get into today's sponsor, RAYCON. We've been sponsored by RAYCON before, and y'all already know I am a huge fan of them. I love every single thing they stand for, and I love their products, especially their everyday earbuds. Y'all already know they sent me a pair last time and they sent me 2 more pairs. I absolutely love them. They have a new model, and if you guys didn't get them last time, you definitely have to get them this time. With Black Friday approaching, with my code right now, you can get up to 30% off your order. Yeah, up to 30%. So please make sure you guys head to the link in the description and or my pinned comment. And of course, your purchase does help out this channel. I was using the green pair, but then I lost them. So now I'm using the black pair. It's okay. Cause you know, I'm gonna find the green pair eventually. I have this horrible habit, okay, ADHD, of like, sometimes like if I'm not using my headphones anymore, I'll just stick them in my pocket. So I know they're in one of my hoodies or purses somewhere just lingering. Yes, I should be putting them back in the charging case, mind your business, but I didn't. So one thing about RAYCON that I really love is that they last forever. Like, I'm telling you right now, like, I literally have to charge my RAYCONs maybe once a week, sometimes every other week, and I use them to talk on the phone, and I also use them to work out. Most importantly, speaking of working out, they are water resistant, which is super important. And I like the fact that they actually stay in my ears when I'm working out. We all know that there's a lot of other headphones out there that genuinely do not stay in your ears, and that is super annoying. And they are very lightweight. They don't feel heavy in your ears, which makes them perfect for a workout. They sound phenomenal and they are affordable. I love the fact that they come in so many different colors and the design is super sleek, easy for you to carry around. If you'd like to try RAYCON's everyday earbuds, make sure you guys head down to the link in my description and or the pinned comment down below. And what's even better, you have a 30-day money back guarantee if you don't like them. So what are you waiting for? Head down to the link in the description or the pinned comment right now. So back to this nonsense. Let's get back to how Milani allegedly got tricked into becoming a veneer tech.
This is my story time on how I got scammed into becoming a veneer tech and lost, well, I want to say $2,500, but overall it was like a $5,000 investment, and I got sued. Let's start there. I got sued today by North Carolina Board of Dental Examiners. So let's start. Let's get into it. So as y'all all know, I'm a content creator, influencer, and I promote people's products. So I got an inbox one day and I received a message from this guy named Devon, and he was like, hey, I want to do your veneers for free for promotion purposes. And I was like, veneers? Like, I've always wanted veneers. Like, I could insert a picture of what my teeth looked like beforehand. I always had very nice teeth, but I always wanted a whiter smile. So he contacted me and was like, hey, I want to do your veneers for free. I'm located in Atlanta, and I just basically want to do your veneers for free, just promote my work. And I said, okay, you know, I seen a couple of people that he did, and I was like, okay, you know, you do some good work. Let's set something up. Okay, so here's what my teeth looked like before I got these veneers by him. And like I said, I always had a very nice smile, but I wanted my smile to be whiter. And that's exactly what he said veneers would do. So I drove all the way down to Atlanta. I was able to get these veneers by him. First of all, it was in like this rinky-dinky looking spot, so I was definitely like weary at first. But, you know, he said, I'm now starting up, so just trust the process, and I'm going to make sure that you have a nice, white, beautiful smile. So I did genuinely like his work, and I was happy with my results.
Fais sans pitude. Like, au point pour dumb. Like, you think we stupid as hell. Like, you really think sitting there like, oh, well, I got sued and I didn't know, and it started out as a promo, was gonna save your ass. Like, you should have saved this shit in the fucking trash, because you just look dumb as shit, okay? Ain't no fucking way you as an influencer who stay on TikTok all day, who I'm very sure scrolls all day, did not know that being a veneer tech was not a real profession, okay? So let me just say it again for those of you guys in the back who did not see my original video, who allegedly don't know that being a veneer tech is not a real thing, who for whatever reason
reason want to ignore all shit that is illegal. Being a veneer tech is not a real profession. Being a veneer tech is illegal. A veneer tech does not exist, okay? Y'all need to stop this fucking bullshit. Like, I'm really sick of y'all. Like, this shit, when I tell you this shit got me mad, it got me tight. What are we even talking about? Sawab dim la. Like, sawab dim. Like, what are you, what? Like, what? So you really about to tell me, as an influencer with over 120 something thousand, maybe she had a little less, but you're an influencer, which means you scroll a lot, my nigga. And you know what? I don't even scroll a lot as an influencer. I only scroll to the depth of what I need in order to make content. So no, that's not you. You have to keep up with the trends. You have to keep up with the trends, bro. So I know you saw that shit. Stop fucking lying. Like y'all tripping. Okay, I will say, luckily for her, she allegedly got everything resolved. But it's just like, be fucking for real. I don't believe you. You need more people. I am really sick of y'all dumb ass, no common sense having. I scroll on TikTok all day. I want to play stupid and get some sympathy ass having motherfuckers trying to lie, saying that y'all didn't know shit when y'all knew shit. I'm sick and tired of y'all. Oh my God, y'all always want to fucking comfort black people ass nakers having to sit here and try to make us look like we're all fucking stupid. We're not stupid. We're very much so capable. If you think that you have to say these things in order to make it seem better for black people, you're part of the problem. Black people do not need these types of defenses. Black people do not need these types of crutches. Okay, this is absolutely ridiculous. And this is why people don't take black people seriously. Like, y'all really are out here doing illegal veneer service. Like, y'all, do you understand how crazy that sounds? It is crazy. It sounds crazy because it's crazy. It's outrageous. I will say, good riddance to these motherfuckers. If anyone is still doing this shit after they know people are getting locked up, I hope they go to holy hell and I hope they get thrown in prison, because this is absolutely ridiculous at this point, because you can't tell me you don't know, because this is like legitimate national news at this point. I have heard of people doing this illegal veneer tech shit like all over. I even heard there's somebody in New Jersey doing this shit and I'm like, oh, I need to pull up. Yo, low key, I'm about to fuck around and make an appointment just so I can see this shit. Like, I literally want to see. Like, cause what? Like, New Jersey? Like, there's somebody, yo, and I will say that's kind of stupid because New Jersey low-key, high-key be on it. Like, their license departments in a lot of cities do not play. So the fact that somebody would even think to try to do that shit in Jersey is absolutely ridiculous to me. So I'm just like, yo, part of me wants to go investigate and see, but part of me is like, Ivana, stop playing. But part of me is like, ooh, do it for the content. But part of me is like, ooh, don't do that, Ivana. But part of me is like, ooh, bitch, go. Anyways, the point is, y'all, be very, very careful. The reason I make these videos is not to clown on people. No, part of the reason I do these videos is honestly so that you guys are careful, that you are informed, and most importantly, that you guys are safe. Because I understand that there's a lot of times where you might not know something. Sometimes I'm researching a lot of these things and I don't know certain things, right? That's why I look it up, and then when I look it up, I'm like, oh shit, let me make a video about this, right? But there's certain things that you gotta know just ain't fucking right. You know, it's right there. It's like, wait, let me see if this is legal, like a fucking veneer tech. Also, keep in mind, even if you do go get legitimate veneers from a dentist, that shit might not go well for you, okay? Just like with plastic surgery, things can go wrong. Things can end up not going your way, and you end up having to go get revisions, or having to go to a different dentist or whatever the case may be, because everyone heals different. Everyone's body's different. I've seen some horrible stories with regular veneers from a real dentist.
I know that I look crazy and it's so embarrassing to come crying on the internet, but the stuff that I have been dealing with for 2 years because of my freaking teeth is like, I don't even know what to do anymore. And like, the only place I can really go to is my platforms. As everybody pretty much knows, 2 years ago, I had dental work done at Smile Dental Center 32 in Miami, and it ruined my life. Like, literally ruined my life. And I'm still dealing with it to this day. And I just left another doctor, another TMJ doctor. This is the 3rd or 4th one that I've gone to. And I'm just very overwhelmed. Like, the medical industry, the dental industry in America is like, they literally do not care about what you are going through. Like, everything is about money for them. And like, I understand, like, people have to get paid, but it's like, the fact that like I can't do anything. Like, I can't use insurance. I can't do anything. I've already spent $80,000 pretty much on this whole situation in 2 years.
And here are 10 things we wish we would have known before we got veneers. Veneer breath. You will have some stinky breath. Only if they don't seal like the veneer or your crown like directly with your gums bacteria will get in there, your breath will stink. On that note, if they do not seal it all the way, you're more prone to getting cavities and or need root canals, and or your tooth can like literally decay and crumble underneath. Boom. Next, you can't really bite into hard things like apples, tacos, hard sandwiches like with chicken. That's not hard. But okay, anywho, loss of sensation. So when you first get your teeth shaven down and they put the veneer on it, you lose all sensation. For her, it was completely opposite, right? Yeah, like I feel like my teeth, like I can feel everything, like when it's super cold, when it's super hot, like I'm literally sensitive as hell. So another thing, if you get a bridge specifically, like if you chip a tooth in the bridge, you literally have to get all them suckers replaced. Oh, okay, I think you also were gonna say that you have to wear a retainer like literally forever. Literally forever. Unless I had no orthodontic work done. So if you didn't have any braces or Invisalign, then like you should be okay. But if you did have braces or Invisalign, your teeth will literally shift back into its original position and you will have gaps. But another thing, if you grind your teeth at night, you definitely have to also wear your retainer, because like I chipped my tooth I think three or four times, so I grind my teeth real bad. Oh, on a positive note, what I didn't know is that once you get veneers, like if you need any work done, like a root canal or anything, your insurance will still cover it. But on a bad note, if you do get a cavity or a root canal, they either have to drill through your gum to fix it, or literally take off the entire veneer, take off the entire crown to fix it. Is that 10? That is 10. Oh, and they have to replace it once they drill it off. Yeah. Okay, bye.
So you have to be very, very careful. With that being said, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, do all that. If you have veneers, make sure you guys comment down below. If you ever went to an illegal veneer tech, I'd love to hear your comments and opinions down below. And most importantly, what do you guys think about these people finally getting caught up? Because I'm happy as fuck. I'm about to go have a drink. That's what the fuck y'all get. Good riddance. Make sure you guys go check out my sponsor, RAYCON. Everything you need is going to be linked down below. With my discount code, you get a special discount off your order. Y'all already know, if you like my hoodie, it is in the merch shop. This is from my The Mel and Chill collection. You got this cute little blanket. I love this blanket. I'm very proud of this blanket. Super cute. You even got sage on this blanket. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Check out my other channels, and I'm gonna see y'all next time. Bye.